Five Nights at Freddy's is a game about a security guard who takes night watch at a restaurant called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. For 5 consecutive nights, more actually, because after you think you've beaten it, it's only just begun. You watch the restaurant's cameras to make sure the animatronics aren't roaming around, getting closer to the room you're in so that they can kill you. While the plot initially seems like a basic survival one, several clues indicate there's actually more to the story than meets the eye. I strongly suggest that you all check out an episode of Game Theory, which links Five Nights' story to real-life murders at Chuck E. Cheese. The game as a whole is fast-paced and intriguing, despite the game's short length, and is definitely one of its strongest points. You could argue that this is Five Nights' worst feature. Because you can't move, you can't explore. Also, the game is quite linear, leaving you to focus on one singular goal: survive the night, if you can. Each night, your character is in the exact same location. I felt like I was playing a harder version of the level I just beat the whole way through the game. However, the camera map that's offered is extraordinarily useful and saved my ass on numerous occasions. Unless you suck like me. Five Nights at Freddy's doesn't look like much, but like a toothless blowjob, it's surprisingly good. It achieves a level of horror that it otherwise couldn't on a newer graphics engine. The animatronics look terrifying, like your favorite toy beheaded or mutilated. The environments are appropriately dark and gritty, though the game thankfully doesn't suffer from many of the same cliches most horror games do. In addition, no matter what animatronic kills you, Foxy, Freddy, Chica, or Bonnie, the animation is horrifying. The lack of in-game music surprisingly helps with the tension, instead relying on subtle sound effects. Then the electricity cuts off, and a music box version of March of the Toreadors comes on. This is the single most horrifying arrangement of a classical piece. So much so that I get paranoid listening to the original. Five Nights at Freddy's features a set of cameras that you control entirely with the mouse. The objective is to have an eye on the animatronics while making sure to use a minimal amount of power. This gets quite challenging, especially when the behavior of each animatronic seems to be random on multiple playthroughs. In addition, the game's length is quite short. But then again, you'll die and die and die so many times that your playthrough can seem quite lengthy. Add to that the effect of being unable to play for more than half an hour at a time, and it's become evident that I'll probably never beat it. And yet, I hold no resentment for it because ultimately, it's fun. Put simply, Five Nights at Freddy's is a game I could recommend to both casual and hardcore players. It's easy to pick up and play, but intense enough to be difficult to beat. With overwhelming tension, an interesting story, and a cheap price point, this game is a must-play. Five Nights at Freddy's gets an 8.5 out of 10. I wasn't scared. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and share it on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. All the links for those can be found in the description below.
Also, don't forget to subscribe by hitting that big button over there. And while you're at it, why not click that email checkbox so that our videos don't get buried with all the other channels you're subscribed to. I'm Zack.
And I'm Kyle. And we're Battlefront Productions. Really? You mean the subscribe button bigger than us?
Well, it is prettier than this.